This is not a cello. I don't play the cello. Hello, fellow artists. What you are hearing is the captivating sounds from a vibrant brainstorming session. The instrument producing these rich tones is a fretless bowed cigar box guitar, one of my baritone CBGs strung with normal tension wound nylon strings. While not designed for bowing, this instrument can easily be adapted for bowing with some modifications. My journey into building fretless three-string cigar box guitars began with an appreciation for the unique, laid-back playing experience they provide, differing significantly from regular guitars. I'm not a guitarist, so I know that complete beginners, so long as they have the desire, can produce compelling sounds, especially in the realm of blues, within just a few hours of picking up a fretless slider. The next creations to emerge from my new workshop will likely be player-friendly cigar box leg fiddles, innovations crafted to democratize music making for those who may have previously believed that the enjoyment of a bowed instrument was forever out of reach. Much like three-string fretless cigar box guitars, my leg fiddles will help dismantle barriers and rekindle the musical spirit in everyone. The joy of making music should not be reserved for specialists alone. The leg fiddle design floating around in my head is not new or unique. It was inspired by instruments of antiquity and of our recent past. Historically, leg fiddles have been played in many cultures across the globe since ancient times. For instance, in China, the Erhu emerged between 610 and 907 AD. While in China, my father purchased an Erhu from a merchant who informed him that the instrument was designed to be played while riding horseback. In medieval Northern Europe, musicians favored the bowed lyre, also known as the Talharpa or the Tagelharpa, which is currently experiencing a resurgence in popularity, especially among CBG builders, for the obvious reasons. During the early European Renaissance, a Spanish innovator modified a guitar for bowing. This resulted in a new family of instruments that became immensely popular throughout Europe. We now refer to those instruments by their Italian name, Viola da Gamba, which literally means fiddle of the leg or leg fiddle. Like the guitar, all gambas have 6 strings, frets, and are tuned in fourths with a major third. Interestingly, the only instrument from the gamba family that remains widely used is the double bass, which only has 4 strings. Moving closer to modern times, cigar box string instruments began to emerge in the mid-1800s when the US government mandated that cigars be packed in small boxes for taxation purposes. This led to an influx of discarded cigar boxes, many of which were, as you know, repurposed into unique musical instruments. Among these designs was a popular one-string leg fiddle, distinguished from cigar box guitars by a raised bridge that made it bowable. These cigar box leg fiddles were not only cost-effective to construct, but were also easier to play than their more complex counterparts such as cellos and violins. My design is inspired by the traditional cigar box leg fiddle and will incorporate a few additional components to make it as easy to play as the fretless 3-string cigar box guitar. A beginner can't achieve a good sound on a violin after a 1-hour lesson, but I believe that my design will give determined first-time leg fiddle players the ability to produce beautiful sounds in just an hour. How will I do this, you ask? Well, I'm borrowing fretboard designs that allow a player to create resonant open string sounds for every fingered note. If you're familiar with the Viola da Gamba, you may have an idea of how I will accomplish this. Additionally, by incorporating a component from a non-Western instrument that you've seen on my channel, novices should be able to produce vibrato with ease. While this might seem ambitious, it's entirely possible when you follow the design clues I've laid out. Again, I won't know for certain until I've tried my design out on myself. I don't play violin or cello, so I am the perfect test subject for my design. But I'm very optimistic. If you've ever dreamed of fiddling in a bluegrass band or performing in a viol consort or string quartet, get ready. Once I finalize the construction and testing of these instruments, I will share information on how to build and play them. You'll soon, hopefully, be able to gather your friends and form a leg fiddle ensemble, allowing you to both revive age-old musical traditions and potentially create new ones along the way. I haven't built my first leg fiddle yet, but I can imagine how wonderful they're going to be. Just take a look at what can be done with 2 unmodified cigar box guitars. Before you leave this video, I highly encourage you to explore my reference materials and subscribe to my free newsletter, especially if you share a passion for building weird musical instruments. My subscription link and reference information can be found in the video description box below. Well, I hope you found this sneak peek into my plans informative, enjoyable, and inspiring. Needless to say, I'm excited about what will be emerging from my new workshop, and I would love for you to stick with me as I journey forward. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Chaito.